we're going to jump right into some, I wouldn't say it's minor, but it's not exactly this big swath of, football news we have. The University of Washington football team announced their starting quarterback for week 1 of the 2022 season. Michael Penix Jr. will be the starter for the Huskies. He is named the number 1 guy on the depth chart. Number 2 will be Dylan Morris, the returning man, and Sam Heward will get the number 3 spot on the depth chart. This is just to begin the year. So I saw a lot of Twitter backlash that, this was going to force Heward was going to transfer, or, just what this said about Sam Heward. So, I don't buy into that necessarily. I'm sure with the Penix move, this was a big DeBoer decision. I mean, if we look at the numbers here with Penix, in terms of yearly passer rating, 2018, 125.6, that would have ranked 8 amongst Big Ten QBs. Didn't qualify for that year, though. 2019, 157.6 would have been 3rd in the Big Ten. 2020, 136.5, 5th. So, those aren't bad numbers there. And then in terms of when Indiana and Michael Penix Jr. played in Power 5 games in his starts, over the course of 13 games, Indiana had an 8-5 record, 23 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 28 points per game. In those games, in Power 5 games, when Indiana didn't have Penix Jr. start, that same sort of time frame, there was the course of 15 games. The team went 3-12 on the year, 13 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and 18.6 points per game. So it's not like Penix is bad. That's not. I don't want that to become a narrative. I'm sure it's just, hey, Heward was this big recruit. Obviously, there's the lineage there at the University of Washington. It's. I'm sure this is a big reaction. I understand that, but I don't think this is cause for him to transfer. Watch, this will be something where I say that, and then that happens. Knock on the wood. I don't think that'll happen, but it'll be really interesting to see even a few games in, let alone at the midway point of the season, where we sit at depth chart wise, starter wise. So that'll be something to keep an eye on. But for week 1, Michael Penix Jr. is your starter for the University of Washington football team.